when we go through difficult times, when we have understood what narcissistic abuse is and what narcissistic personality disorder is and what it forces people to do, we might, do all these changes. Bro, what? Alright, okay. So, the thing is, human being is lazy. So we need to go through a lot of suffering, pain, and we need to be pushed to the extreme to make the change, to take the chance to make a change and give up everything. The leap of faith. We only do it when we're pushed to extremes. And Zuckerbillet. I hope YouTube does not understand what I just said. Come on, you little piece of bull. Alright, so now I blocked the algorithm because I swear too much. Fortunately, I'm not monetized. So the narcissist is best at bringing people to extremes because they want to break people. They want to break them. They want to unalive them, okay? So you have the chance to let this happen, or you make the leap of faith. You walk away. This brings the narcissist in many problems, but it's not about bringing the narcissist in problems, it's about surviving. The narcissist is himself in a constant battle for survival, so therefore they're only the lower brain functions active. When you're in a survival situation, you're not using your neocortex and higher consciousness functions. You simply don't have the time. Your body is in survival mode, and narcissists push you into survival mode as well, because the narcissist is desperately trying to get your attention and your energy. And my channel and other channels explain sufficiently how they do this. They are masters at getting attention via interacting with the introject of you, which is stage 4 cancer of the soul, as Richard Grannon once put it. So this brings us to make changes in ourselves. It makes us give up everything just to save our soul. And then we hyper-analyze ourselves. We hyper-analyze ourselves. We become our own therapist. When you're exiting, when you do a leap of faith like that, when you exit the toxic environment, the shared fantasy space, in some cases, when you're lucky, like me, you're in a shared fantasy space of a narcissist and a psychopath. That's a combination, an interesting combination, because the narcissist creates a shared fantasy space where he has introjected you and interacts with the introject of you and acts out like a clown, an artist, and a psychopath is interacting with you as an instrument or an obstacle, and is only involved in his own goal-oriented shared fantasy. So you then are in a space where you get double gaslit. The narcissist gaslights you without knowing it, because the narcissist believes his own delusions, and the psychopath is doubling up intentionally and fully aware of what is happening and interacting with your internal world like a malignant psychotherapist that knows what she's doing, but guessing your sanity and manipulating you from the inside. So the narcissist manipulates you from interacting in an environment in a delusional way, and the psychopath manipulates and gaslights you by manipulating your inner mindset, your concepts, your self-understanding. So the thing is, on my channel we also talked about reality. That reality is a shared fantasy, but another shared fantasy than what I just explained. What I just explained is a very sick shared fantasy. A shared fantasy of people with grandiosity that live in a codependent relationship, that are desperately trying to extract life force from others, that want to make other people unalive. Reality, however, is a shared fantasy space of everybody, and is based on consensus. It's based on truth. It's based on communication. All of this is not possible with narcissists and psychopaths. You cannot communicate with narcissists and psychopaths in the sense of what communication really is. We see it globally at the moment that concepts like truth and consensus are being dissolved, by the way. Therefore, reality is dissolving. I made videos about this on this channel. But still, the best concept we have of reality is a shared fantasy of everybody, of a lot of people that give each other reality checks and correct each other and communicate. And they have a consensus about certain basic concepts in life, what is right, what is wrong, and so on. So this is not possible with psychopaths and narcissists. Narcissists have a very impaired reality testing, while psychopaths have reality testing. Anyway, this is why the psychopath does their things intentionally, because they know what is going on, but they are in love with their own goals. Therefore, they distort reality intentionally. So, yeah, we are pushed to extremes. We are starting to self-analyze, and you know, when we do this leap of faith, what we would need would be a lot of time and money to find a very good therapist, to take time to do this self-love thing. But this is exactly what we don't have when we give up everything and are pushed into survival mode and guess everything, all our concepts, because we're hyper gaslit by narcissists and psychopaths. So when we don't have money and time to recover from that, it is the right thing to do to observe yourself, but it's very overwhelming because you are depleted, you are in survival mode yourself, your concepts have been attacked, your self-concept. It was a physical and a mental attack on your health. And it's an existential threat. What happens to you when you go through something like that? And there is still ongoing damage. It's like a poison that is still inflicting damage, and at the same time you start understanding and guessing too many things. You start to make an internal you kind of go through yourself and check everything, recheck everything. Is that me? Is that manipulated? What is my personality core? who was I? Who am I? And you filter out what is bad, the negativity that has been projected on you. And to keep up this we were just talking about reality as what it is, a shared fantasy with a lot of people that have a consensus on certain things and that are able to live in a not abusive way and communicate and so on. But on an individual level, reality is your self-concepts and the concepts that you have of the world, and you have to do a lot of work, and you need to invest a lot of energy to summon your reality. And this shows also why the narcissist is in this fight and flight, in this survival mode all the time. They are fighting for energy to keep their grandiose sense of self that is counterfactual alive. So narcissists need a lot of energy, and also a healthy person needs a certain amount of energy. The narcissist needs a lot of energy because he needs to keep up a fake image alive, and this costs a lot of energy. They need to deny a lot to themselves. They need to make other people believe things. They need to fix lacks, or leaks. When somebody speaks the truth about them, they need to find a way to reshape the narrative over and over again, just like Jada Pinkett Smith does with her book, Worthy. So she's on a healing journey. She abuses psychotherapeutic language. She tries to fix her family by triangulating her husband with a mentally sick person. So yeah, Jada Pinkett Smith, the narrative is, she's just on a healing journey, okay? So it needs a lot of energy to do all of this. Jada Pinkett Smith's life, all her energy is invested in making the public believe that she is a good woman, that a good mother, and wants to save and heal her family and herself. So, and a healthy person needs energy to update the self-image with reality. This means living in reality needs energy in another way that a narcissist needs energy, but you also need energy. And when the narcissist has pushed you into a fight and flight survival mode, you have not a lot of energy, and you will bring up narcissistic defenses yourself. This can also involve fantasies and many different things. So the less energy you have, the more you divorce from reality. You can maybe there is a lot of methods to flee from harsh reality, and when you have not enough energy to fix all the concepts and problems at once, dissociations can happen, personality derealization, psychotic phases, schizophrenia. All these things are ways to cope with these problems. But they divorce you from reality. Okay. So we need energy, we need sunlight, we need good food, we need sleep, we need social contacts, we need life and energy to maintain our reality, our concept. And this is not possible when you live in with narcissists who constantly undermine you and are highly territorial and hierarchical and basically stupid. Yeah, right. That's that. So I also want to encourage everybody who does this, on one hand, it's very good to be self-critical and start super analyzing everything. Then you realize, oh, fantasies, everything is a fantasy, oh, this and that and this and that. But at some point we also have to let go again and say, you know what, everybody has some narcissism, some healthy narcissism. Fantasy is not all bad. Everybody needs fantasy as well. We're not mechanical machines. A concept of the world is also a form of fantasy. Everything in consciousness is a form of fantasy, except we are in a super meditative state and experience the world the way it is. But this is not a permanent state we are in. And as soon as I start talking, communicating, I conceptualize the world again and rely on consensus and models. Yeah, some more thing I wanted to talk about. I recently realized that now we're switching quickly. We switch to political topic now. I think that the right-wing politics is now using things that the left-wing politic brought into the arena. But I'm not gonna go deep on this one. Yeah, but it's about the individuality politics, identity politics, which is a breeding ground for narcissism, right? So if everybody is allowed to be what they want to be and gets a safe space and cannot be attacked, that's the dream for every narcissist. And now the right wing comes up and says, you know what? When I am democratically elected, I can say what I want and you cannot attack me. So they use the same mechanism. And they say, this is the freedom of speech. And the problem is, we are dissolving reality, right? So there is no truth anymore, because any truth is allowed as an individual truth. So truth is becoming individual. Reality is becoming individual. If I have my own truth, I have my own reality. And if I have the right to have this and speak this and share this with everybody, a truth and reality of consensus is dissolving. It's not there anymore. Nobody knows what reality is. Nobody knows what truth is anymore. If I have the right to speak what I want, and it cannot be fact-checked anymore. Okay? So we have a phenomenon coming into politics that is coming from individuality politics. That characteristic means I have a safe space. I cannot be attacked because of my personal rights. And I can say what I can be what I want, I can believe what I want, and I can say what I want. And this is freedom. And exactly this is the end of truth and reality, because truth and reality rely on a consensus of one external truth that others are submitted to, but nobody seems to be submitted to any truth or reality anymore. Therefore, what we have is only fantasies. We have only fantasies. Everybody lives in their own fantasy, and whoever is elected, democratically selected, is whoever has the majority is an invulnerable superhero that can say what they want to say, claim what they want to claim, be what they want to be. Okay? So at the stage we are at now, at the moment, you are not voting for a person that is very good at knowing reality, being able to maneuver in reality, is good at dialogue and rhetorics. That is what a politician used to be. That a politician used to be a person that is good at interacting with reality and has communication skills, rhetorics, and so on. That is what a good politician used to be. Today, a good politician is a person that is good at manipulating fantastic spaces and symbols. In other words, a highly delusional person that is basically, I don't know, laser focused, psychopathic, narcissistic person. That is a good politician, okay? So when you vote a superhero. You vote somebody who will go out there, and a person that has to compete with people like that. You need a person that comes out on top when competing with delusional other people who say what they want to say, claim what they want to claim without any reality testing, okay? Reality testing and interacting in reality has become a disadvantage in the world today, in society today. Think about that.